welcome back to another day in the arena. It's me, it's CGB. Today in arena, the champ is here. Yoshihiko Ikawa used domain ramp with almost no Outlaws of Thunder Junction cards to win Pro Tour Outlaws of Thunder Junction, which is never a great marketing look for Wizards and certainly doesn't help my particular view count. But I will say, regardless of your opinion on the state of Standard, it was actually really fun to watch this Pro Tour, and Ikawa did display an impressive knowledge of the deck. If you only watch 2 matches from this Pro Tour, watch his quarterfinal match against Teamer Analyst, the unwinnable matchup, and you know, spoiler alert, right? Managed to come back from an 0-2 deficit in the quarters, and watch the finals match against Yuta Takahashi, where he out-control maneuvered a control deck, which is absolutely insane. This was a really cool deck to play and watch, so I don't feel bad about running it again. My view count will not hit its usual numbers because Timmies who want to see new mythic rare will not click. But I think that it's important to showcase and commemorate the champion of the Pro Tour. There is a little bit of technology that we can talk about. There are no invasions of Zendikar in the list. Instead, there's 1 Cartographer's Survey and 1 Glimpse the Core, 2 ramp spells that might surprise you quite a bit. The Survey, I believe, exists to find Cavern of Souls more consistently, while Glimpse the Core is something you can play for 2 mana that sets you up to cast your Stomper and your Splunking, and I am surprised this doesn't see any standard play, considering it's 2 mana for a tapped land, which was too good for standard for a very long time. Another piece of technology lurking in the deck is the Long Goodbye. There are 3 more in the sideboard for you best of 3 gamers. It's a killer of Rafines and Lilianas alike. Long Goodbye can't be countered. It takes out those warded creatures like it's easy and just gives the deck a little bit more of an angle. It's kind of weird that it's the only black card outside of Atraxa, but of course Archangel of Wrath also uses that black mana. There's no red mana in the mana base outside of the Tri-lands, so don't think you can actually herd migrate your way to a perfect binding, but that's okay because the deck does a lot of things well. The sideboard has Chromos Seed Shark, and it was fun watching the deck transform into a Seed Shark tempo deck, and it has Rest in Peace, which is the only new unquote card that the deck opted for, and that's not even from Outlaws, it's from Big Score. So there is that. So I'll make another video at some point ranting a little bit about what's happened with the state of Standard, but I think it's important to spend this one being positive because it was a really great Pro Tour to watch and it was played incredibly well. So the only thing we have to figure out now is, does the Champs deck hold up in a far more intense and competitive world? Does it? Best of 1. Let's dive in. Let the nonsense begin. We go first. We have Leyline Binding, we have Depopulate, we have Angel, we have Herd Migrations. We're unkillable. We are unkillable. Keep. This deck is brilliant. I can't believe they came up with this. The Long Goodbye. I mean, that just forces us to play Magic correctly. We have to go get black now. Ouchies. Maybe this will be harder than it looked. But that extra life gain goes a long way. No! I meant to do that. Definitely meant to do that. It's okay. First game of the day. We're warming up. Gotta get used to the usual little lag of the sandboard, right? Just that. You can feel it over there. The sand is getting everywhere. Swamp. Thank you. Splunkles? Going for the Splunking is risky. But getting rid of the Thalia? Yeah, we can get rid of the Thalia through the ward with Long Goodbye because this is brilliant deck building. And we're at 18. This is awesome. Another one. Ward up. I am nervous about second Thalia, but we do what we must. I decline. I decline. The solution to ward. We had it all along. Boom. Your white creatures are useless, and now they have died. What will you do when all of your white creatures are dead? More white creatures. Brilliant. The flashy commando, also good tech against the binding if we're being real. But it's not very good against the angel. Wait. Arena? You wouldn't try to mess with me, would you? Bang plus bang equals scoop. Best of one busted. That was easy. I kind of enjoyed it. On the plate. Guys, this isn't even fair. I guess we have to draw another white source, but you keep it. Howdy. I have emotes too. Oh, look what's happening here. The ruckus. Our opponent's gonna bring on the slick shot. You got it? You gonna play around that removal? Sure are. Is that a show off? That's a show off. They're not gonna like this. Binding online? Go ahead. Just try to show off in my general vicinity. Oh god, no. Oh my god, it's a Swifty. Ruckus the Swifty. Uh-huh. Very, very skills. Yep. What else you got? Kimono. It's all happening. It's a lot of damage. Not gonna lie. There will be suffering. Oh, do it. One more time. One more time. Shock. All right. Always one more. There's always one more. That's an angel. Is drawing another binding good? I swear, drawing the bindings is like what separates a good player from a great player when you play this deck. All right, you showed me last turn you were willing to move in. Yes, you sure are. Our opponent has no chill, and they will be punished for it. $12? Yeah, we gotta get this down. Too bad. Doesn't do quite the job, does it? But can't take the turn off. Can't block him. Menace is pretty good. I'll take my 3 health. Is this the turn that it falls apart? That's not a white source for the Sunfall. Is the mana going to get us here? Or will the lifelink of the angel get us through? The last card must be a land. Depopulate, uncastable. A lot of good draws there. This wasn't one of them. We never drew a second white source. We had to fetch the first one with the migration. And that's game. Unbelievable. I assume that is in the lower tier of potential draws the deck can achieve, for sure. Here, we'll give them the QQ. Or, they're not even letting me. Yep, you got it. You read it all over the place. That's the downside to 5 colors, I suppose. You don't always have the double white. We go first. We have binding. We have multiple white sources. Whatever will they do? Blue, black, red. Okay. Blue, white. Ooh, can we play the finals? Can we do as good as Yukawa did? Oh, it's Jeskai. Jeskai actually changes that math quite a bit. The finals were all about like lining up Archangel of Wraths to do a total burnout and never giving the opponent a chance to do anything. But Jeskai has Helix and apparently Forge, which I did not expect. But sure, let's lock that down. We get to try the one of Cartographer Survey. I still believe this was mostly there to hit Cavern of Souls. And we did it. We are as good at Magic as the world champ. No, the Pro Tour champ. My bad. Wandering Emperor? Probably Wandering Emperor. I would play around No More Lies and cast this dinosaur. Do we go for Glimpse the Core or do we cycle the Proving Ground? This is probably a Herd Migration Recruiter match, so more land is better. Go get me a forest. So we saw the 2 tech ramp cards. Instead of Invasion of Zendikar, Ikawa played Glimpse the Core and Cartographer's Survey. And it paid off in a big way. No other ramp deck made the top 8, let alone get to the finals. A few theories about the Invasion of Zendikar getting the chop was Tashana's Tidebinder can counter the invasion trigger, but I think it's mostly about the hitting Cavern of Souls. Such a key card. Our opponent exiled a Helix to March. Wow. Okay. And Dust Animist gets plotted. Wow. Here's my uncounterable Atraxa. Is there a Tidebinder? That would be very techy, and there is not one yet. Do we want to wait for the recruiter? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 mana. I think we set the recruiter up now. We can take a Cavern and name human. We can take a Herd Migration, and we are almost there. If we play a Beanstalk here, it gets hit by No More Lies. Do we play around that? I think we do. This one will be human. We could go for the recruiter right now and smack them for half their life, but we only get one recruiter, aka one shot, one opportunity. A smart opponent would No More Lies the Herd Migration so that I can't play the recruiter with it. So let's draw a No More Lies now. Opponent might be getting smart. How do you beat Big Bad Atraxa? You've got to remove it, but you can't tap out to do so. 3 steps ahead, draw some cards. Huge turn for the opponent. If they play the Animist, what's going on there? Are they going to kill Atraxa at instant speed in this deck? I don't think they will. Usually blue-white, or in this case Jeskai, has to use some kind of a sweeper just to get the 7/7 off the field. So yeah, we're not going recruiting right now. You're gonna watch me play around a whole bunch of stuff. You may not enjoy it. It's gonna take a minute and you're gonna be like, why didn't you just slam this? Why didn't you just do that? Because I was busy big braining over here, okay? Think this stuff is easy? For example, why would we adventure this? We put at risk of being countered by 3 steps ahead. So you don't want to play the adventure side, because that can be countered, even with the cavern. We just want to chill. We just want to chill. Deduce. Sure. Sure. Now we could binding now. I think we still wait. They might be trying to line up a double block with the Animist. That's basically giving me life. By the way, Forge in this deck, what are you doing? What are you doing? You handing over some life points to me? Is there a trap? I guess you don't have to attack, but wow. So this plus Helix gets rid of Atraxa. Let's see if we can ruin that. Another Migration's really good. An Angel is really good. A long goodbye. All right, math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So no more lies does keep them from dying here. We could play the Archangel of Wrath instead. How about Archangel of Wrath plus Recruiter? Uncounterable, uncounterable. They take 4, then actually I think that's probably game. You will not counter me. There are none alive who can counter me. Cast carefully. Last time I played this deck, I really whiffed it on one of these casts. Phantom Interference, make a 2/2. I remove it. You die. See? You can big brain a ramp deck. You too can win 43-6. Oh, Devil's Advocate. Whenever somebody says that, I'm gonna play Devil's Advocate. You just want to slap him in the face immediately, don't you? Speaking of slapping him in the face, his hand doesn't do that. His hand gets slapped in the face. I guess I have to mulligan. Much better. Putting away the Recruiter is pretty straightforward. Beans into binding. Maybe we're not dead. Although, the opponent has one of those turn 3 hands. It's over. They might have it. That is definitely a road to a turn 3 win. Bird Migration, gain a little life. Might be better than a Beanstalk. Yeah. I think we have to gain the life because we might just be dead. We need to get them to sack the Scamp. Go big and sack the Scamp. If we play Beanstalk, they just move in and win. Yeah, they've got the 2 best creatures. They have the 3 lands. This could be a turn 3 kill for the opponent. Instead, they're plotting. Oh, they're plotting so they can pump this. Okay. Are they gonna fling it? You gotta fling it, right? It doesn't get much better than that. Yeah, they're flinging it. I have a little life gain. Not done yet. Make sure we get the swamp. Ooh. The one of long goodbye just keeps showing up. Doesn't it feel so good to have that? Can't be countered. Forge. Gross. Gotta bind the forge? I think we do have to bind the forge. Do we do it now? No. If we do it later, we get beans. Wait for it. I don't think they have anything. That passed way too quickly. We go to 7. They do play Alchemist. Ark. Let's try to bean our way out of this. That's a cavern that can be naming Angel next turn. But will we die to the Alchemist? They didn't have a pump spell last turn. They have Swifty. Okay. And the play is... Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm at 7. I wanted to hit the forge with this. I don't think I can. Another binding. That might get the forge later, but we can't give him this card. Please don't be a spell that does damage. What? Are we dead? We're not quite dead, right? No, we are. It's exact. Oh my God. We had a really good draw too. That's the go second effect of best of 1. On the play. Migration, 1 white source. I'm nervous, but yeah, we keep that. We keep that. Good draw. I think we get our tapped lands done. So, this is a tough matchup. Basically unwinnable. We need to get very lucky. 2 analysts got milled. That might qualify. Please play Anissa one time. No? Our deck goes big, but their deck goes bigger. The last time I played this game, though, the last time I played this match, I did kind of run them over with Splunking Ramp. Let's see if we can get that cooking. Oh, we are cooking. As next turn an Angel, turn after that an Atraxa. And then it was set up Recruiter. Okay, they're getting back Analyst. They can't use it this turn, so maybe we have to either depopulate or Archangel next turn. Another land. It's a race to see who can go up in life more. We have 2 swamps. Got an extra plains. Forest, you can get that with the glimpse. Is this the rare island fetch? Nah, it can't be, right? No way. So running out the Angel here is meh. Especially when we can save it and possibly shoot down an Analyst, but we do need to pressure them. Could just stomp on them. I think they're going to wait to cast this, right? So we just need to be more aggressive. I guess this is technically, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm lost on this one. I don't think we run this out now. We still might get them to play the analyst this turn if they feel like they're moving too slowly. This is why sideboards exist, right? You can get a rest in peace. It's possible. So the way that we play one recruiter in the deck, the way that we play one recruiter in this deck, you may want to run wait for it. You may want to run one rest in peace in this deck in best of one. Just one that you can dig up. Now, usually they have to spend a turn dealing with the Atraxa. So that could mess up their analyst turn. Is it the angel or the dinosaur? It's definitely this. I'm confident it's this. 100% it's this. I think I take the Stomper. Cheaper. Lower to the ground. There's your memory. So we need to get to 10 mana for recruiter migration, and it needs to be in range to kill them. They're playing analyst now. I think they're just going to sack it, which is kind of huge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is 9. One short of where we need to be. I think next turn they're going to wipe the board. We could take a shot at this with the Angel, which gets 4 damage through, but Angel can just go face. So, next turn, the big swing, right? Hope that they spend a good amount of mana sweeping the board. If we had a binding, I'd feel so much better. Maybe we can draw one? We haven't seen one yet. Ta-da! Now, if the opponent tries to go off with Nissa, we can interrupt it. That's pretty huge. That's a lot of land. I don't even know if we can have them in range of Herd Migration Recruiter. But if we can get a Stomper in there as well, maybe? What can we do this turn? Maybe we hit him with the Archangel. Yeah, we have the mana. We want this on human, and we want to hide it. They don't know we have the recruiter. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Gotta be sure we have binding open. Been a victim of the mana on this game way too much. So now they are going to blow up the board. Hopefully that takes a good amount of their play. If they try to go Nissa, crack it, do a bunch of stuff, or Virtue, hopefully we ruin that too. Untap, recruit, Herd Migration. The fact they have to Deluge now is great for us. Yep. Gotta be a Virtue, and they have the Virtue to discard. They have cleared the board. Gain another little life point. Kind of scared of a Splendid Reclamation if they run that tech, but most decks don't. Yep, that's an Analyst. Rage in the graveyard. Let's get that out of the way. And hit him with the technology. Bird migration. Instant board state. Recruiter. Cast correctly. Swing. Game. The unwinnable matchup. But if they blink, you can get them. Oko versus Kellen. Classic. If we name Dinosaur, we can play on curve. I think we keep this. See if our opponent shows us, oh, a blue source. We can't name Dinosaur. Or maybe we still do. Let's see what happens. On the draw, running Beanstalk into No More Lies feels really bad. And now we don't have to name Dinosaur, so we're fine. Let's get this out of the way. Opens up the option of Stomper next turn. Wow. Okay, Jace is scary. Playing against a Jace deck, this is not something that Ikawa had to beat, because pros don't believe in Jace. Also, the audacity to just run the Jace onto the battlefield.
You can be made to obey.
Get him. Can't be countered. But do they already have a memory deluge? That's the question.
Retreat is the sensible action.
They sure do. All right, their hand is great. Their hand is busted. We're going to need really good luck. This is another really tough matchup. Best of one, blue-white plays Jace. Best of three, blue-white does not. It makes a huge difference. And I mean huge. Need the second white source. Maybe I don't because Sunfall, but yeah, if I get a green there, maybe I play beans. Maybe that would be better. Okay, they drew double Jace. They had a memory deluge. They went first. What more do you want? I don't know about that play. Maybe it means there's weakness in their hand, but that play is like, usually you just dome them with the Jace there. Okay, get another Angel. Try to find our Recruiter before Jace mills it. Boom. Don't like revealing it, but here's the combo. It's in the hand. Opponent have a Destroy Evil here. Get lost, sure. I will I call it my version just because it's something very close to what I play on ladder a lot for the last year. My version is really good against ramp. The version that is more popular in best of three, the version that Ikawa faced in the finals, is much worse against ramp. All right, we need to get to 10 mana and herd migration has to resolve. That might be asking a lot. Bang and bang.
A minor setback to Phyrexia's plan.
More beans. 30 cards in the deck, no big deal. Usually a flashback memory deluge, though, is close to a GG. 3 of them. No problem. I mean, you definitely dome now, right? Yeah, you got to. Honestly, if you had domed with the last one, I'd be almost out of it. Show me the 4th Jace. Okay, if you're gonna lose, let it be like that, where they just, from turn 3 through turn 8, play Jace almost every turn.
I will shatter your mind.
That could never be me. I've never been able to do it like that. On the play, good hand. Let's see if our opponent plays creatures. I might need 2 mana available for long goodbye. And, all right. From one extreme to the other. Ooh. Ooh. We gotta play this sometime. Might as well do it early when it doesn't hurt as bad. See how much the opponent punishes us. Just some plot. Okay. Okay. I accept this challenge. 2 bindings. Long goodbye. Of course, they want to ruckus over there. Get it out of here. We can double binding next turn and maybe do other things. All right, wide open. This is your shot, Swifty. Case of the Crimson Pulse. Draw 2, discard. Well, that's kind of a slower card. Pretty happy to see it. And look at the combat tricks. So now there's a lot of bait on this Swift Spear. The opponent is highly incentivized. Highly incentivized. They want to solve the case to unload all of their pump spells. Uh-huh. I'll take 2. Patience. Patience. Oh, see? See how patience gets rewarded? Atraxa is coming. That's pretty good as well. See, they can't use the case if they don't unload, but if they don't unload, if they do unload, we're gonna blow them to smithereens. Another play with fire. Wait for it. Knew it. Now it's fine. 1 card left. Now it's fine. Trying to figure out, do I want to try to leverage this case, or do I want to blow it up? Let's just take it out. Once we play this Angel, we'll be in a great spot. My target is your face. Again. Okay. All right. You really want to draw some cards. Can they play both of them here without a creature? They cannot. They don't solve the case. And I don't know. Is case a scam? Case feels like a bit of a scam to me. See, they're just stuck with that land in hand. Feels so bad. They don't want to see Atraxa? Everybody wants to see Atraxa. On the play. Angels. Bindings. Can't cast this binding. What is this hand? What is this hand? I can't, right? I can't? I can't? I can. All I gotta do is draw planes. Or a way to get a planes. A herd migration will do. Easy. What's gonna happen? Well, suck it. My all angel hand is right. We had it. We had it. We had the world in the palm of our hand. But our opponent's not doing anything, and this is fine. Everything's fine. Duress me again. Duress me again. Okay, trespasser. Whatever. I guess I need double white for Sunfall. Even though I have all the caverns in the world. So, if I play the angel, they just kill it, right? If I don't play the angel, this transforms, I take 4. I guess that's fine. I make it back when I start kicking the angels. Is that gonna be a Shieldred? Because I could top deck a Sunfall and feel like a god. It's Karvek the Punisher. This is a crime. So they get to duress me again? Let's go. Oh, you're so good at magic. If only that were Dreams of Steel and Oil instead of a best of 3 card like Duress. I name Angel. Do we pass? I think we want max value out of these. We've got to have max value out of our angels, guys. Now, unfortunately, targeting Glutton twice makes us discard 2 cards to kill it, so I don't think I can do that. But I can kill that Preacher. No graveyard, no crime. Although go for the throat is definitely going to happen, and then the Punisher recast the We're cool. This is fine. Everything's fine. I think I named Dinosaur on this. No, I have another green. I guess I name Human. I'll name Dino. A little love for the Stomper. Hey, there were 6 Wraths in the deck. We had to draw one eventually. Opponent chooses not to go for their own throat. Go ahead. Would you like to offer me a target for my Archangel of Wrath? Okay. The glutton is a pain. I am not a fan of the glutton, but okay, that's pretty good. I'm good at magic. Confirmed best at magic. Bitter triumph, huh? Yeah, you got me. What if I just take another? Oh, that kills Trespasser. That's so good. 4th Cavern, easy. Yeah, Sunfall is a good card. Oops, full of grip. Would you like to duress me now? Come on, Shuffler, give them another duress. Do it. Do it, I dare you. Transform. I guess I'll name Angel again. I definitely don't need to name Human. Naming Angel might give me double Archangel at some point. All right, let's start firing at will. If you had told me I was going to keep a hand that had 3 Archangels of Wrath on the play and I wouldn't cast one until turn 8. Okay, opponent. I get it. Go duress somebody else. And we are back. Post-game wraps. Today's YouTube comment of the day comes from Mr. Shadelock, and it says, way to proactively combat the haters. CGB drama. I would like to see a rematch where the mayor is played correctly. I think some of the other commanders deserve some face time. As always, a great experience, and the important thing is the crew had fun. This is from the Commander episode, and there's an interesting fact about Paper Magic. The rules engine doesn't handle all the triggers and wordings on the card perfectly the way that Magic Arena does, and we played Campbell, profiting mayor, incorrectly in the game, and we released the game anyway. We mentioned it in the intro, we mentioned and tried to make jokes about it in the outro, but it certainly did affect the outcome of the game. And it's interesting to see the responses of this on the internet, because there are certainly comments on this video saying this game never should have been posted. Just to give some insight to those who would like it, and I don't know, maybe you find it interesting. We caught it when I was doing the writing for the intro, when I was writing out what we're saying about Campbell. So the game has already been shot at that point, and the editing work on it has already been done. At that point, not releasing the episode would truly be it just wasn't a realistic option. The cast have been compensated and their time has been spent. Their cards have been purchased and played. The editor has put in work and needs to be paid. So not releasing the episode isn't really an option, even when we made a pretty colossal blunder. So the episode goes out, and I still find it amazing that people find this like a misplay in a game to be so invalidating that they wish the episode never existed. As we mentioned in the outro, it's a casual game of Commander. Probably, I would guess that over 90%, probably around like 97% of casual Commander games between friends include some amount of rules infractions. That would be my guess in the dark, and it might be a lot higher than that. It might be like 99.9. Magic is hard, guys. So yeah, that's about where that came. As far as a rematch goes, unlikely. It's really hard to just keep decks together. We often build them because we think they'll be cool, but really only play them once for the show. And it's hard to keep the cards around. We have to take the decks apart and build new decks a good amount of the time. I think we do a good job pointing out when a deck is somebody's favorite pet deck versus when it's a deck featuring a new commander, and that's why we're featuring it. So yeah, I don't expect to go back to some of these misplayed commanders anytime soon, and I know that that makes some people kind of like, oh, I wanted to see this, but this made the game kind of bad. I get that feeling, but the show must go on. Thank you for the comment, and whatever gets the most likes on this video, I will read in a future video, because that's a new thing we're trying. But some of you don't care about that. Some of you are here for post-game rap. Some of you do not give the social Fs in the world. And that, you know what? That's fine. That is also your prerogative. So we can do that. So what do we got here? Where's my stats? Stats? Where are my stats at? Stats? Editor, cut this out. Editor, make me look smart in this part. Don't leave me looking this stupid, because I definitely have the stats. They're right there, and I'm just trying to put them on the screen. Why is this so freaking hard? I don't know. Anyway, let's try it with this one. I'm just padding the watch time in the outro. Okay, well, stats don't want to show up. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. But as always, you can click on the stats link in the description. And it says that the deck got 5 and 3 and went 63%, 83% on the play, 0% on the draw. And that is just the most thingy thing, you know, for best of one, right? That is the most ramp in best of one thing you've ever heard. 0% on the draw. And you're going to have some games, some days more than others, where you're going to be on the draw more than others, because that happens. So there are going to be days when you're going to drop ramp and go pick up a different deck. If you have the constitution to lose games because you went second and not let it bother you, it wouldn't be me. It bothers me a lot. I think that you could play this deck and get it to Mythic. However, if you're like me and you lose too many of those games, or you go second too many times, you need to switch to something more interactive so you don't feel like you made 0 meaningful decisions in your gameplay. Like, that's what I need. That might not be what you need. Other people have a higher, I would say, constitution for it. So does this deck best of one? Boom, this deck best of ones. It does. It's strong enough that in at least half the games, it's got a really, really, really good chance to win. There just will be some where you don't, or you just don't have a chance. I did love playing it though. I felt so smart playing this after watching the Pro Tour. I play so much better after watching some pros do their thing. That's why it's a good practice. I would consider moving one Rest in Peace into the main deck somehow. I wouldn't cut. It's hard to figure out what to cut, to be honest. It might even be like one of the depopulates. It's a silver bullet. Maybe it's a splunking, but moving a Rest in Peace to the main deck does give it some play against graveyard decks, the combo decks that exist in best of one in game one. And Atraxa gives you a better chance of finding those things. All right, that's gonna do it for the video. Long outro. What do you think of that? Leave me a comment. Let me know. Thank you for watching this video. We're almost to 200,000 subs, so consider pushing that button. Hit subscribe, hit like, and I'll see you in the next video. You're cool.